absolutely you can decide, keyword being decide, to go full-time online in 2025 through selling digital products. Not only am I so excited to be the one before you right now, breaking down the steps and going on this journey with you, but I look forward to you really being able to walk away from this video realizing that it really is incredibly simple. I know that there's so much information online, but here's where so many people go wrong, is that they never truly lock in. They stay listening to a gazillion different voices, trying a gazillion different things, and never fully committing to one simple path. And so in this video, I'm going to share the only 4 things that you want to focus on in order to get to a full-time status online through selling digital products. I also want to encourage you to decide that when it comes to these 4 steps, that you are going to lock in on this learning path. I don't want to use this video, right, to beat you up about you got to learn. I think you understand if you clicked on this video that for sure you have to decide to learn the business of online business and develop digital marketing skills. But the fact of the matter is you literally can begin making money and earning while you are learning, right, all of those individual things. And that's exactly what I did when I first got started. I think one of the reasons why I was able to make my first sale on day number 3 of being online and 28 sales in my first 30 days is I kept it simple. But the fact is I didn't know anything other than to keep it simple. And so that's why this video in particular is so near and dear to my heart, because I want to allow other people to get started in the same way that I got started. And so I want to help you step into a path of making it incredibly simple by knowing it can be incredibly simple, and then you deciding, right, to embark upon this journey in a very, very simplified way. All right, so first off, I want to share with you why selling digital products is really going to be your gateway into building a full-time income for yourself in 2025, and likely even faster than you think. So let's first talk about what Forbes says about digital products. So Forbes says that the digital goods market is expected to grow from 54 billion to 75 billion by 2025. That's just a couple of weeks from now. Digital goods and services are also becoming a larger part of consumers' discretionary spending, representing an estimated 2.9% of their total wallet. Now, that's the part that gets me so excited, is knowing that consumers are setting aside a portion of their dollars intentionally to purchase digital goods, digital products, digital services, right? And right around 2.9%, right, of their total wallet is being set aside, right, to make these kinds of purchases. For people like us that are deciding to really get serious about embarking on this journey, it means that we have a captive audience. The money is already being allocated, right, by millions and millions of people that are eager to come online and buy digital goods. See, I think it's really, really important to know that, yeah, you can come online and in 2025, you can decide to create a full-time income for yourself selling digital products. But I believe the people that really understand where this industry is going are the people that will decide to lock in because they know what's ahead, right? They know why this can be an easier way to step online, right? And get yourself set up to earn online when you realize what's already happening, right? And what is going to happen. I don't care if you're starting completely from scratch. If I could come online as a complete newbie so many years ago and in my 3rd day get out there and make my first sale and make 28 sales in my first 30 days knowing nothing about making money online, and what's so crazy is that the opportunity presented now is nothing like the opportunity we had back then. Literally, we were trying to figure everything out. So to think that even during a time where there wasn't an abundance of training, there wasn't an abundance of success stories, right? We were just deciding to do things, and whatever worked, right, we just simply did more of it. The tools were more complicated back then. Like, you had to learn how to code, and you had to learn HTML, and like, you had to really, really put in time and work, right, to learn the tools and how to leverage them in your business. Where now the tools are plug and play simple. There is an abundance, right, of opportunities to learn and develop yourself, to learn the business, to learn these digital skills, right? And so I really believe that the shortcut is now. Like, we've created opportunities where people can shortcut their learning curve. They can shortcut their earning curve. What used to take people a long time to figure out and learn, you have people that are coming online and within the matter of weeks are getting set up for online business success. And it's simply because it's the time that we're in. And I think it's so important that you recognize those times and that you don't be one of those people that sits back many, many, many years from now and says, I wish that I would have embarked upon it. I wish that I would have taken advantage of it. I'm telling you, the time is now, and it's never been more simple to decide to get started and to begin to ride this digital wave. Now, just a couple of things. I am actually going to share with you how these steps were relevant to my own journey to help me in beginning to make money online like crazy fast, and how they also helped me make a pivot in my business so that in less than 12 months from that pivot, I was already earning 6 figures. Also, the common denominator here is simple. These steps will allow you to keep it simple. They will allow you to go faster. They will allow you to achieve your goals faster, and they will allow you to go full time faster. They will also allow you to grow and scale faster as well. Like, this is the foundation you want to lay for yourself. So the very, very first step, remember, there's only 4 of them. The very first step is you're going to decide what you want to sell. What digital product do you want to sell? Now, when I was first getting started, when I came online, much like you, I was consuming content about how to make money online because I was fascinated by the idea of being able to have a home-based business that I could run on the internet. And so I was looking for a way to learn this stuff. Well, when I invested into that very first resource that began to teach me, when I got to the bottom of that resource, it gave me the opportunity to sell that same resource as my first product. And so that's what I sold. Right? You see what I'm saying when I said I didn't know anything other than keeping it simple? I'm like, okay, you taught me and you're giving me the opportunity to earn at the same time. Well, yes, I will take it. Right? And so I began to sell that one thing. So I want you to hear what I'm saying here. That very first product that I purchased, I literally consumed it in one night. And that same night, I decided that was going to be the product I was going to sell. So it was like instantly, my mind was made up that I was in business and that I had something to sell. Now, you can decide to either create a digital product or a digital offer, or you can decide to license a digital product or digital offer. That is literally the gift of the time that we are in right now. We get to have, right, chosen paths, and we get to even have an easier way. Now, for some people, deciding to create a digital product of their own might be the easier path because they might have already had this product on their heart, right? They might have already had an idea, right? And they just didn't know how they could turn their idea into an ebook or a guide or, a mini course or a template or whatever, right? Like, maybe they just didn't know. So that's the path that they will choose. And there might be other people that are just like me, where all you knew is that this was available and you wanted to learn how you too can make money online. And now you might be learning that there is a way to get started without ever having to create your own digital product. And that might be the option that you choose. Again, the common denominator is simple and fast, right? And how can you get up and running, right, within a few weeks at the max? I'm telling you, because if you're anything like me, you can decide to get started within a couple of hours or within a couple of days. Again, that's just the opportunity, right, that we're in right now. It's the time that we're in right now. And that's the kind of opportunities that we have the benefit, right, the blessing to be able to embrace. So the very first thing is you want to decide what you're going to sell. And that's the very first step that I took when I decided that I wanted to pivot my business and I wanted to learn how to basically set up a business that allowed me to earn more passively by just simply selling something I believed in. When this particular opportunity was presented to me and I realized it was something really, really good for other people as well as myself, right, I decided to license such an opportunity. And that's exactly what I sold to pivot and earn over $100,000 in less than 12 months. And it's something I believe in, right? It made it easy for me. And again, still for me, even though now, right, I'm going for higher levels into the six figures, I still want simple. I still want uncomplicated. I still want fast, right? And I love being able to sell those same elements to other people as well. Step number 2 is decide how much you want to sell it for. Now, the downside when I was first getting started is I didn't have a choice in what I sold that particular product for. And that particular product was pretty low cost. And so it took me selling a lot of it in order to make really good money, which is why as soon as I figured out that I knew how to sell online, right, I began to scale my business so that I could actually make more money. What I love now is whether you decide to create your own digital product, you get to price it whatever you want to. And if you decide to license, right, a digital product, there are so many instances where you get to name the price on that offer as well. What I loved about my pivot is that the price was right. So one of the reasons I was able to grow to 100K plus in less than 12 months is that the price point on what I sell, my digital product, is $500. And believe it or not, that price point for some people can seem pretty scary. But the reason I was able to grow so fast is that there were a lot of people that were like, I would love, right, a digital product where I could not only learn from, but that I could also step into a place of being able to earn $500 every time I sell it, and I don't have to create it myself. So again, the path in this is not right or wrong, right? The path in this is how are we going to keep it simple? How is it going to allow us to move fast? Right? How is it going to be worth our while, like every single time we make a sale? Because that really is the key to financial freedom faster, passive income, being able to make significant extra money while you're working your 9-to-5 job. And it really is a significant step and decision in deciding to go full time, right? Faster as well. So step number 2, what will you sell your digital product for? Step number 3 is the absolute key, and this is exactly how I was able to make my first sale on day number 3 and 28 sales in my first 30 days, is because I got out there immediately and I did what I saw other successful people doing that inspired me to get started. And that was to get my booty on YouTube and to start creating content that led people to buying the digital product that I was actually selling. So for step number 3, you got to ask yourself, how will I decide to get out there in front of people, right, to sell my digital product to them? Now we're in the year 2024, right, going into 2025, right? You have a lot of options out there, but the 3 main options I'm going to encourage you to consider are going to be YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok because of the audiences and the amount of people that are already on those platforms, right, desiring the digital product that you want to sell. Your audience, your buyers, your people, they are already out there. And as Forbes has told us, they're already setting aside, right, a portion of their discretionary earnings, right, to go towards digital products. TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram allow people with no audiences and people that are brand spanking new to this space to get started, and they will help you in developing your audience. All you got to do is decide that you're going to start creating content. So again, remember, the common denominator is how do we keep this simple so that we can move fast to getting to full-time status? The way that I kept this simple is I didn't sit there trying to figure out how to recreate the wheel. I didn't fight for my limitations. I didn't allow fear to be a factor. I didn't sit here for months and months and months and months speculating on all the ways that I could get started. The people that inspired me to get started were people that were on YouTube. So I just simply figured if it's working for them, it's going to work for me. If it worked on me and got my attention and got me excited, then I'm going to allow that same factor to work for me. And so essentially I started doing what they were doing. And that's my strongest recommendation to you as well. Once you have figured out what your digital product is going to be, you've priced it, you're crazy excited about getting it in front of other people, right? That you just simply pick the platform where other like businesses or like people are selling their products and decide to pick that platform and decide to do what it is that they're doing. How are they selling? How are they showing up? How are they creating content? And decide to model what is already working. With all of these examples in front of us of what is already working and how people are making millions online, why should any of us sit back and wonder what's working? Everything is working. All you got to do is just to decide with which path or which direction or which platform or which way of business you're going to decide to model. Because again, the common denominator is let's keep it simple. Let's not sit here for 6 months to a year figuring things out. It's already been figured out. Right? It's already working. All we have to decide to do, which is such a blessing, is to simply choose a successful path and decide to make that path our own. And so again, I do recommend YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok only because it's so easy to jump on these platforms to find people that are already successfully doing what we want to do. They're successfully selling what we want to sell, and to actually just take a little bit of time and go through their content and see what is working, what are they saying, what are they selling, how much are they selling it for. Like your quote unquote market research, right, is right in front of you. And then on top of that, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram are fantastic platforms, right, to help you in growing from nothing, establishing your audience, and being able to start selling pretty doggone quickly. Again, I made my first sale on day number 3, and I was brand new to YouTube. I had never created content online. I had no list, no following, no nothing. But because I decided to get it out there and get in front of people and I introduced them to what I was selling, someone saw fit on day number 3 to buy from me. And so my biggest recommendation is simply decide upon one platform. One platform will be absolutely enough. If you decide to commit, you can go full time on one simple platform. I think where so many people go wrong is, again, they try to overcomplicate by doing too many things, by thinking they have to have a library of products, by thinking they have to have, a stair step of price points when they're first getting started, and by thinking that they have to be on every single platform for fear of missing out, that their buyers could be someplace else. Guess what? I'm on YouTube, and for certain I have buyers that are likely on Instagram and they're likely on TikTok, but I can't worry about that. All I've got to worry about and know is that every single buyer that I desire in my business, they are right here on YouTube, right? And to decide to set up a routine that's not going to drive me crazy and that's going to allow me to have the kind of business that I want to have, selling the way that I want to sell, right? Knowing that if I create the content on YouTube, that my buyers, right, are there and they will in fact buy from me. Again, being able to make a pivot and to grow to over $100,000, right, in less than 12 months is because I locked in on exactly what I'm sharing with you here. It's exactly how I was able to make 28 sales in my very first 30 days online is because I didn't know anything but to keep it simple. And thank God I did keep it simple, because the confidence that making those sales in my first 30 days gave me was everything, right, to my future growth. And I was able to really build a remarkable foundation as a complete newbie, right, because I was learning the skills that mattered. I learned consistency. I learned how to sell. I learned how to create content. I learned how to speak to people. I learned communication. Like, I learned all of that by just simply focusing on these 4 things. Step number 4 is the biggest reason why so many people never step into their full potential of making full-time income quickly online. And it's a big reason for why a lot of people never truly get started. And step number 4 is just simply have a simple system that makes it really easy for people to buy from you. Oftentimes what happens is that somebody will look at a business or a brand that's making millions of dollars a year, and they'll look at the complexity of their funnels and the complexity of their systems, and they think they need all of that in order to make their first dollars and or to go full-time online. And you don't. Again, when I think back to my very, very first business online, right, I had that one product, a simple price point. I was on YouTube, and in my first 30 days when I made those 28 sales, I didn't even have a system. I just had a sales page that I was sending people to. Why? Because at that point, I didn't know anything about having a system. And so because it was so simple, right, I just got out there and I didn't feel the need to have to monkey around and build something complex. So it got me in the space of selling really, really quickly. Well, within my second month online, I did run across someone that explained to me why I wanted to have a simple capture page, right? And so in my second month in business, what did I do? I went out there, I learned within 1 week, because remember, the systems were not what the systems are now, right? I can help someone get started right now and give them a free marketing system to help them in getting started. Back then, that wasn't a thing. So within a week's time, I learned how to create a very simple capture page. And then from that day moving forward, instead of sending people to my sales page, I sent them directly to my capture page where I began to build my email list. And then the next step was, then they went to the sales page where they actually had the opportunity to learn what I was selling and to buy. That is all that you really need when you're getting started, is again, a simplified way to make sure, right, that number one, you are at least capturing information. You don't have to be crazy good at email marketing when you're first getting started. Just have something very simple set up where you at least do have the opportunity to follow up, because that's your greatest asset in your business, is going to be your email list. Right? But then directly after they opt in, they're taken over to a sales page where they can learn all about your digital product. And you have a very simple system in place that allows them to take out their debit or credit card or to log into PayPal and to be able to pay you directly. So again, common denominators, we want to keep it simple. All right. We want to be able to move fast, and we want to set up a foundation that allows us to be able to scale. Right? And we also want it to be incredibly repeatable. And when I think back to when I first got started, that's what I loved, is I was working full-time as a nurse. And so when I had these factors in place, it felt so doggone good to know that on a daily basis, because back then there weren't really any rules around how to grow on YouTube. And so I felt like the surest way to make sure that I was in a selling position was to get out there on YouTube every single day and to create content, right? Like I did the thing that I believed would create sales for me. And so it's like no wonder in my first 30 days, right, I generated 28 sales. But it felt amazing to know that I would create my content on YouTube. I would go to work and I would come home and people were buying from me. People that didn't even know me, right? Because I had these 4 simple elements in place in my business. Now, clearly over the years, my business has gotten maybe a little bit more complex. I've gotten better at certain things. And as I begin to scale to 1 million, guess what? Things might get a little bit more complex. But the fact of the matter is, there are just way too many people out there that are trying to start their day one with $1 million a year funnel or $1 million a year system, right? And then they never catch the wave, right, of making their first sale. They never experience making their first sale because they're trying to operate at such a complex level. I promise you, like hand on heart promise you, if you can keep it this simple, you'll set your business up to do the things that matter the most on a daily basis that will eventually bring upon sales. That eventually might be day 3 for you. It might be day 7. It might be day 30. It might be day 45. No one can ever promise when you're going to make your first sale. But what I can promise is that if you can keep it this simple, number one, you will in fact get started faster. Like we're talking hours, days, weeks fast. All right, not months fast, not year fast, but literally in less than 30 days, right, you can be up and running. And then once everything is up and running, there's nothing for you to focus on outside of getting out there on your chosen platform. And hopefully that's YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, and learning how to do what other successful businesses that sell what you are selling are doing. And you simply modeling success and learning how to get 1% better each and every time, right, you show up on that platform. You're going to begin to build your audience. Your audience will begin to build your email list. A portion or a percentage of those that consume your content will decide to buy from you. And a percentage of the people that join your email list to learn more about your digital product will also decide to buy from you. Do you see how literally when it's broken down this way, right, it's so incredibly dumbed down and simple? Right? If you want to go full time in 2025, not only decide to implement the power of starting now, but also speed of implementation, which basically means we're not going to mull this over. We're not going to think this over. We're not going to say, first quarter of 2025, I'll think about getting started. Right? No, because when you step into 2025, right, or whenever you might be finding this video, the months ahead of you, you want to be able to leverage every single hour, every second, every minute, every week, every month ahead of you, right, to grow your business to full time. And I'm telling you, with everything that I know, people are doing it in incredible amounts of time, right? Because again, the access to all of the information, all of the training, all of the resources, they are available to anyone that wants to put themselves in position to learn. And then all you got to do once you're set up is just commit, right, to doing on a daily, weekly basis, essentially having a weekly game plan that you follow that's going to help you grow your audience so you can grow your email list and grow your buyer database of people that are already out there desiring what your digital product has to offer. If you can decide to get started like this, you can set yourself up to not only go full time crazy fast, but you also set yourself up to grow and to scale with a really, really strong foundation where you literally don't have to start over from scratch. You can just build upon the foundation that you already have. And getting started in this way is going to allow you to tap into and to get really, really good at the number one skill that you need, right, to go full time and to get to your first 6 figures online. And that's the skill of selling. And that's something that so many people, right, never embark upon inside of their business because they're so focused on majoring in minor things. And if you can just decide to focus, right, on the things that we talked about here, right, I truly believe that you can step into a space of really beginning to move a lot faster and to see progress in your own business. If you are anything like I am, where you're out there looking for a way, clearly you clicked on such a video and you're still here, where you not only desire to start learning how to make money online, but you're really, really serious about wanting to go full time and even building something 6 figures, right, 100K and above. I want to share with you the kind of opportunity I really, really wish I would have had when I first got started. It's very close to what I had, but this is, again, it's so much more robust and it gives you everything that you need and simplifies the entire process while also giving you a platform for your ongoing and your continuing education and growth. Number one, it's going to help you learn the business and help you develop these digital marketing skills. Number two, it's going to help you get set up for online business success quickly, meaning the steps that I broke down here for you today, you're going to learn how to get those set up within 1 to 2 modules. Literally, you're going to learn how to pick a product, price a product, right? Get it fully set up the way that I suggested here, right? And you're going to have the training in place to help you pick the platform, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and how to get out there and start selling on these platforms. It's also going to give you a license that's going to allow you to sell this same product as your own product, much like what I'm doing right now. So if you don't want to create a product from scratch and you love the idea of having a ready-made digital product that is high in demand and that really, really helps people, right, develop these skills, and it helps to get more people home. Like, it helps to get more people earning in this digital space. Like, we're doing such a good thing for people that don't want to, rely upon the traditional, like, university system to learn digital marketing, which I think is crazy. Like, if you want to learn something, like, go to the source, right? And so I love the fact that we're teaching people these high income digital marketing and online business skills that are equipping more and more people to get out there, start from nothing, and learn how to grow their very own digital empires. But you get a license to be able to sell this and to be able to earn 100% profits, meaning every single time you sell this, the $500 goes instantly and directly to you. And we show you how to set everything up from your payment processors to your sales page, again, so that within the matter of days, you can have a very simple system set up, right, to build your email list and to help you make those sales. And then on the back end of it, I offer you my support. Every single week, I hold office hours where you can pop in my Zoom room, ask questions, get guidance, get feedback, and fully be supported, right? So I hope that you decide to take these 4 steps very, very seriously, because if you want 2025 to be your full-time digital business year through selling a very simple digital product for starters, right? Not only do you have the plan, and I hope that you commit to it, but you also have the source of support if you you really want to make a go of this and know that you're being supported and mentored right all throughout the way. I will drop my information down below in the description, or simply go to goprowithsteph.com if you want to learn more about this learning and earning opportunity that will give you everything you need to learn the business, get set up, and even begin selling to help you not only making your first sale online, but ushering you right into a place of being able to go full time. I look so forward to celebrating your success. I hope I get to celebrate you, in fact, going full time. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. So I look so forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.